Hey, g'day. Merry Christmas to everybody. Welcome back. This is part 5 of this year's Christmas Challenge, the 2021 Ruleset Wizard Christmas Challenge. Okay, so we're back in here. We're still working on our character sheet. We've got this one here, which is our name. We're going to do something in here. We're going to set the font. We're going to call the font reference H. And that's an existing CoreRPG font, and I'm then going to lock this element. I'm happy where it is. I'm going to Control-C, Control-V, duplicate it, move it over using Shift and the arrow key moves it 10 spots at a time. So it's now 10 spots clear of the other one, but I want to put 30 spaces in between, 30 pixels in between, because I'm going to put a link in there as well. So this one is now going to be called our class field. So because I copied this over, it's already taken the string label template, which sticks that nice little uppercase label underneath. I'm going to set it though to class, and my name is PC class. It is PC class rather than class because class just seems to be like name. It seems like it's something that could be programmatically important, like a reserved word. I don't think it is, but it feels like one to me. So I'm going to lock that one as well. And I'm also going to add in a link field. And I'm going to just use the arrow keys to nudge this up into the right spot. And I'm going to call this one PC class link. But I'm not going to fill out any other properties of it just at the moment. Actually, we'll do window class name, which will be called PC class. It doesn't exist at the moment, so that might create us an error. That's probably it. We're going to also lock it. Now let's have a quick look at our character sheet PDF that we've been working from. So we've got name and class. We're not going to put languages up here. We want to put level, XP and XP bonus in here, and that's probably enough extra info that's going to go at the top there. So XP, level and XP bonus. So these are going to be number fields. Alright, we're probably going to have to make a frame for these. Let's just use the default one for the moment. Where have we got number field? We've got number field, height 30 is probably okay. Yeah, 60 is good. So this is going to be, no, this one's going to be a little smaller, 30, it's going to be square. This is going to be our level. Our starting value, 0. Our minimum value, 0. I think our max value is 10, I believe, 0. And we can set this as no key edit, and we just edit this by dragging the class back on. But I don't think I'm not sure. We'll leave it as blank for the moment. We're going to set this font to reference H also. We are going to very likely change this frame shortly. You can see it's a nice parchmenty frame, which is not at all appropriate for what we're looking at here. We might even put this up here next to our class. And then we're going to have a level field. These can even be string fields. Let's copy this field. Control-C, Control-V. Drop it down. Now this is possibly not going to fit with the label underneath. We'll see what happens. I think we'll probably find these overlapping each other. So this is going to be our current XP. So property value is XP. Field name XP. That's it for the moment. And we'll take a copy of this again, or we'll lock it. We'll take a copy, Control-C, Control-V, we'll move it over, and this will be experience needed. XP needed, and XP required. We'll lock it and we'll leave those for the moment. Let's publish this and see what we get. Also, it's just reloading. F4. What have we got? Alright, so we've still got this frame here which needs to be shuffled down somewhat, and some other bits here, but this looks okay. Name and class, okay, they're not quite, they possibly need to be shuffled a little bit. So how are we going to do that? Alright, let's go and have a look at our CoreRPG code. Back in here, my editor of choice. Remember, this is string labeled, so I'm going to Control C, I'm going to go Control H. This is going to go find in files, string labeled, and I'm going to be searching CoreRPG, and only searching XML and Lua, find all. Now, it's probably going to find a whole bunch, but we're really only looking for this one, the actual template definition. Double click that. Okay, so template name, it's using a string field, line offset, and label widget set position bottom left, width divided by 2, height divided by 2 minus 4. So this offset, so if our height is 20, it's going to be 10 divided by 2, so 20 divided by 2 is 10 minus 4, so the offset is 6. We need to make the offset, I think, 8. So let's change this to minus 2. Let's save that, see what it looks like in here when we reload. So this is not done in Ruleset Wizard just yet. I'm just hacking the CoreRPG code. F4, okay, perfect. See, these name and class no longer run into the line, but we don't want to. We can't just edit CoreRPG like that because those changes won't propagate to the next person who uses this. So we need to do this properly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this template right down here. So template, all the way to there. Let's Control C that. Let's pop back into the Ruleset Wizard. Now, under our campaign folder, we can create a XML file, and we're going to call it campaign or templates campaign. Don't put the XML extension at the end, it will do it for us. Okay, we're going to have to add some more material in here just to make sure that it's okay, we can just override this. We don't need to give this another name. We could give this another name. Okay, let's do it. String labeled WL for white lies. Height -2 is good. We need to go back to this file here. We want to grab this extra info just to set up. Control C, this is like the opening tags, our XML declaration at the top. Drop these in here, and we will of course need a closing root at the end. We don't need this license info. Okay, so our template name, string labeled W1, we're going to copy that, and we're going to change all of these fields here. Instead of using string labeled, we're going to use string labeled WL, WL for white lies. Very imaginative. Okay, let's publish that, save that, we'll save it, we'll publish it, we'll switch to Fantasy Grounds and hit reload, and we'll view our character sheet. Okay, that's looking good. Now we've got to work on moving this. We'll do that in the very next video. Thanks for joining.